Altcoin update, Pirate Chain and Harmony 1, and then I will cover a select few beloved altcoins that cryptillions and crypto crackheads like to follow. So, welcome to the 𝙾𝙤𝙣𝙚 crypto trading channel. Today is late in the day, so early in the day on Friday for Europe, but late in the day in the Western Hemisphere, Thursday the 29th, I think it is, yes. Or Friday, the 30th of April, 2021, if you are across the pond in Europe or Asia. So, new viewers, my channel does two specific things that other crypto YouTube channels do not do. So you're not going to find another channel like this. I address the two biggest mistakes that retail investors do in a crypto bull market. And if you are listening to this and you have been in crypto as an investor since you did not enter before, let's say, October 2020, you are a retail investor or essentially a noob to crypto. And my channel is designed for you because I was a noob once about 4.25 years ago and I got burned, and I don't want you to get burned. So the two things that I know you're likely doing: A, you're scared to sell, especially if you've never traded before. So that means you're buying and praying. Horrible strategy. You can make 50x, but that's pretty low gains for crypto. Second, I know that when a YouTuber talks about Harmony 1 or a YouTuber talks about Pirate Chain, you're chasing green candles, you're buying glory, and right now you're getting burned. So I'm covering these two coins specifically because they've gotten a lot of YouTube hype. I bet you got burned. I bet you bought it up here, chased green candles. You know why I know this? Because this is when YouTubers start talking about it. YouTubers don't start talking about projects down here. Maybe the ones with 1,000, 2,000 viewers or subs, yeah. Big Ubers.
A big Uber, Tim. What's a Uber? Sounds like a tuber. Are we talking about potatoes?
Big YouTubers don't talk about it until it's too late to buy. So, assuming you got burned or close to got burned, don't do it again. I'm going to show you why and how to avoid it. That's what this video will be. I'm going to save your crypto soul. If you like what you see and you subscribe. So if you subscribe, you have to let me know in the comment section whether you want to be a cryptillion or a crypto crackhead. Cryptillion and crypto crackhead nation, are you ready? All right, let's go. So, Harmony. As I said, as it was racing up, same with Pirate Chain. Coins that go on multi-1,000% runs, or 1,000+, they're going to correct 70%. There are almost no exceptions. I'm not even measuring from the bottom. I'm measuring from the point of stability, right there, up 2,500%. And honestly, that's not even close to how much BPRO and Veracity and MTV have gone. Not even close. And Veracity is the only one that did not and probably will not correct 70%, because it might be among the strongest coins in the entire crypto space, perhaps even more than VeChain, if you were able to divide the vector of force of constant buy pressure divided by market cap. So the vector of force for VeChain is probably among the biggest in all of crypto, maybe besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. But if you divide it by market cap, I bet Veracity's would be the same, or it'd be the biggest, perhaps in all of crypto. There might be a one-off, like a tiny micro cap coin, right? Like that's under $1 million that could go over it. But anyway, so outside of the rarities, like Veracity, that hasn't corrected 70% after, I don't know, like a 5,000% run. About 99% of the time, if you see a 1,000+% run, your coin, it might pop a little harder, that's fine, but it's going to go down 70%. You can bet on it. $69%. Even better than 70, right? 69 is a great number. So, there it is. So in the future, if a big YouTuber is talking about a coin, that means it's too late to buy it. Wait till it corrects, and it might pump hard in about 45 to 75 days afterward, okay? Now, if you don't believe me, a big YouTuber talked about BPro, and it broke out much earlier than it should have. For my technical analysis, I was the first person to ever, cover BPro daily. And look, 44 days. In the exact day it hit this line, I not only told my viewers, now's a good profit-taking opportunity, or no, I said specifically, taking profit here on hitting that line is a winning strategy. It could hit this line down here. And in the same video, I said, I think BPro will go sideways for a full month and hit this line. And if you don't believe me, go to the YouTube thumbnail video with me holding a fireball. It's like one of the coolest thumbnails I've had. But it's from my recruiting job. I made that for something else. Also, another YouTube channel I was, doing as well. So anyway, that's the type of stuff that happens after a coin screams up. I think BPro did 6,000%. Okay, so Harmony 1 is going to go sideways for quite some time. BPro, I think, did 77% correction, 78, 79, 78.5. Okay. For example, so just to get a feel for, YouTube hype coins, right? Even though Phantom is not technically a YouTube hype coin, this actually earned its place, but on a percentage basis, same concept. So this is among the few coins that got hyped off of a legitimate reason. Off of producing a product that is being used. Like Cardano. Still doesn't have a product. But anyway, Phantom really screamed up. And no one believed me that it was going to go under 30 cents. No one. I said it way over here. 71% correction. How many days long? 65. Is it done? No, it's not. It is not done correcting. It's probably going to hit this gray line 2 or 3 times, and it'll squeeze it up. These are my midterm EMA ribbons, and I've made them a little better since I saw a couple YouTubers actually take what I had and make it better. I think I made it even better, maybe. They still look pretty cool. Maybe mine aren't better still, but I like them better than I had it. And but what they don't have, and I added, is this gray line. In corrections, after a big screamer, price will always come back down to this line and typically hit it more than once. Okay? After a big run. If a coin goes on a small run, 400% or less, and hits it, it can just stair step. It'll stair step it. Okay? Kind of like what VeChain's doing. So I'm trying to get you the feel of screamer strong coins versus strong stair-stepping coins so you avoid buying glory and chasing green candles after YouTubers talk about it. So I'm still on Harmony 1, but I'm trying to relate the feeling or you need to get intimate with the price movement. You need to understand how price moves. And I'm trying to help you avoid such things, okay? Because you probably got burned, and honestly, just watch this video. You won't ever do it again. So I'm trying to give you all the reasons why. Okay? You need to feel the price. Know how price moves. Not just look at freaking indicators all day. Look at the price. Feel it. Well, actually, VeChain's not playing the 4-hour. VeChain making me a liar. I'd be playing the 1-hour. Shit. Yeah, VeChain's so strong it's playing the 1-hour. Anyway, so VeChain is bouncing off its 1 hour. It'll probably continue the trend. But at some point, it will come down to the 4-hour one. And actually, it might be happening now. So, there are 2 ways that coins meet up with this gray line. And no, I don't give this information out for free. I have a Patreon for that stuff. One way that a coin that's been on a tear can go is do what Harmony 1 just did, which is tank down 70% to touch it, and then it will bounce on it several times, range out. But you can make a crap ton of money by playing ranges. You can make just as much money in a range as you can doing all this crap straight up. I'm telling you. All right, so this is one way it'll correct. 70% strong correction. Another way, which is probably how VeChain will correct, is what Tone has done. It went a little too high above this, and it just got choppy, and it waited for it to catch up. It'll hit it one more time, potentially a third time, and then it'll go up. Or it'll hit it this time, go up, start forming a smaller choppy area, wait for this gray line to catch up, dip down, then scream up. And actually, I bet that one is what happens. So Tone might really start screaming mid-May. Okay? Might break out of this May 20th, something to that effect. So actually, I will leave that. So that is a way that coins that either A, did not go on a 1,000+% tear, or B, are hyper strong, maybe went on a 1,000% tear, but they're going to bounce and wait for this line to catch up, as opposed to screaming down to touch it. And that, I think, is also what Veracity's doing, because it's strong as crap. It actually just, yeah, it waited quite a while. It bounced here. It bounced really high. But this is going to go sideways, but you can make a lot of money. If you were to buy Veracity, you know, even just a little higher than these two wicks, like say this horizontal here, where that wick from March 15th is, if you pick some up right at that 2.75 cents and maybe a little lower, and then sell it right, I would say at this wick here, you're going to make a good amount of money, because you could probably do it more than once. Literally buy the exact same levels and sell the exact same levels. Okay? Because this is how you're going to make your money in May. But that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to help you understand, when you go on a tear like Harmony 1 or Pirate Chain did, the options in which it will behave. Because if you understand the end result, you're not freaking going to buy, or you're not going to buy glory or chase green candles. Okay? Same thing. It's two ways to say it. So don't do it. It's going to burn you. Big YouTuber talks about stuff. That's the worst time you want to buy it. Okay? So you want to buy it before a YouTuber talks about it, which is why I like Tone so much. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to relate it to VeChain and let folks know how much more active its blockchain is, because companies are actually paying to use it, unlike VeChain. So yeah, that's my bet on Tone. So mark my words. I have been, well, actually, I don't hold much Tone anymore. I sold it for BPRO, but whatever. That was my plan when I bought it during the bear market at the bear bottom at 1.8 million cap. Okay, so I bought it before YouTubers were talking about it, because I anticipated why YouTubers would talk about it, right? Before I even was on YouTube. So that is how you make money. You anticipate things. You don't buy it as it's happening. That's too late, right? So anyway, Veracity. So the way you can make money in that coin, you have to be selling it and buying it back. Look how freaking big of a run this will be. If you buy it at that line and sell it again at this line, that is double your money. 100% increase is double your money. It's 2.1 times your money. If you literally just sell, like let's say 50% of your bags there, or that's called a 50 bag. So not all of your half of your portfolio, but 50% of your holdings of that, or, you can 20 bag it. I typically 20 to 30 bag things I really like, just in case it does break out. The 80% of my holdings will break out with it. And then I can go take my 20% and go find a coin that's going to break out. I'll 2x it. And then by the time I 2x it, I'll look back at the coin I really liked that flew, and I'll wait for a correction, and I'll buy it there. And actually, I'll be able to buy a little bit more usually, because that 2x is bigger than where the coin comes back down to correct. Anyway, so if you 2x it here, simple buying and selling horizontals, you're likely going to be able to do it again. It could form a higher low. So the next time you do it, you might want to put in, limit buy orders, like kind of staggered down, perhaps a top heavy distribution, snag it again, sell it again. Could it break out that time? Sure. So maybe wait to sell it until it's heading down again, right? Or sell some of it there. But that's 4x your money, doing it twice. Okay? Let's see how much price movement it takes to 4x your money on Harmony 1. Ready? Or no, this is Veracity. So yeah, but Harmony won. Okay, let's take a look. So to do what you can do with Veracity just there, but this coin is going to behave almost identically. You have to catch all that to quadruple your money. 300% is quadruple your money. Do you think Harmony One's going to do that type of price action again soon? No, it's not. So why not 4x your money before it does it again, and then when it does it again, you 4x it again, which is actually 16x. See what I mean? So if you were in a position where you got burned and you didn't sell a bottom, typically you measure from the wicks down about 8 to 10%. And usually you can find a wick before that. So like that wick there, it's usually about 8 to 10%. Want to measure? Sometimes it's 16, sometimes it's 6. So I would say it's between 6 and 16%. That's usually where it falls. But you need to find that wick. 13%. Just, it happens every time. I don't know why. It's just how it works. Sometimes coins will actually fly quite a bit past it and make a higher part of the range. B-Pro did this when it went, screamed up to 0.008. That's one of the few coins. It typically doesn't happen. Typically it makes a lower one. So you have to buy, I typically try to sell around 10%. So I actually make multiple orders. So if you got burned, maybe take profits here, plan to buy it back down where I mentioned this was where I would do it. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment only. I'm letting you know what I would do. You need to do your own research before clicking around with your money. Okay. And then when you pick it up here, now you've doubled your money, and you're probably going to be able to do it again. How much of a range is this? That's exactly double your money. So if you can hit that twice, that's 4x the amount that you sold originally here. And then when Harmony finally gets confident again, which will happen when? About here or the next one up. And when it 4x's, you've actually 16x'd. You make more money in ranges, right? So I'm actually combining things. But when you're learning the movement of a coin that you bought through buying glory or listening to YouTubers, you still have hope for that bag, right? Assuming you didn't sell bottoms. Now, how do you sell that first bottom without knowing how low it'll go? I've already given the answer. If it's gone on a multi-1,000% run, just put in limit, or if you can get rid of it up here somewhere, measure from the top, start putting in limit buys around 65%. Just do that. Right there. You picked it up almost at the freaking bottom. Not quite. Pretty freaking close. Almost perfectly. That's all I do. If the run's 500%, I try to pick it up around 55%. If the run was 350% or so, I pick it up around 45% dip. That's all I do. Just measure down, pick it up. They all behave the same. So after a time, you'll realize that if you've seen the movie The Matrix, right now it looks, when you see that screen that, where all the numbers are falling or whatever, it looks confusing, but the cipher, the guy who said, blonde, redhead, brunette, all that, no, said blonde, brunette, redhead, whatever. After you study and understand the price action and get intimate with the price, this will just be, this one's going to be a blonde. I know how to play this. This is redhead. Got it. I know how to play this range. It'll become easy. And price won't seem, you will get rid of that feeling, oh, it's going to go up forever, right? Or, oh, should I sell? So you need to get rid of that. So these are the things, and you might want to rewatch this video, watch it on ×2 speed a few times. Those are the common plays of coins that scream. Just showed it to you. Okay? And again, scream being defined as a run 700% or higher. Okay? It's going to probably correct close to 70% every time. Very few exceptions. Veracity is one exception. And Veracity could tank a little bit, but I don't think it will. If it didn't tank during Bitcoin's flash crash, it ain't going to tank with a high statistical likelihood. So that's Harmony. Pirate Chain. People on my channel just about a week ago were saying, get in before it's too late. And I said, no, that is a stupid thing to do. This is the worst moment to be buying.
Do you think what 𝘋𝐫𝒂𝒂 said ended up being accurate when the people saying that thought he doesn't know what he's talking about?
Let's go take a look. Oh. Okay. I kind of did a spoiler, though. Forgot to erase this. I did this during a live chat. Let them know what I guess this will do. So, this one went on a, like, this might be the biggest run, like, a single run in the history of crypto. Oh, no, that's, oh, I thought it was a lot higher than that. Hold on, that's only 5,000? Okay, well, hold on, let me look. On the 4-hour chart. Yeah, since December. Okay, so let's look. Oh, I guess it's only about like B-Pro. Okay, I thought it was a lot bigger. So yeah, if you were buying in the bear market, you should have over $1 million. But most people were buying it here. And here, I honestly bet, because it takes more money to move a coin the bigger it gets, I bet 80% of buyers bought it here. And among that 80%, more than 90% of that 80% are down. So this tear, so you can't count from there. It did correct here. It stabilized, so 5,000% run. How much do you think it's corrected or will correct? Yell at your screen, what number? About 70%, okay? It honestly doesn't look like it's corrected that much because it's pretty far away from this. So if I measure this and it's already at 65%, right? What do you think will happen in specific regard to the notion that on the midterm ribbons, it's going to hit this line at some point? What do you think? Do you think A, if this really is already 65%, do you think it'll correct 90% to hit it? Or do you think it'll go sideways, choppy, and you can make a crap ton of money during that? Probably choppy. But I don't know how big this correction is actually. I actually haven't measured it yet. It's close to 70. Okay, so in order to figure out if it'll tank farther, you typically look, you can use the daily or the weekly, but the daily usually works. You look for a wick up that aligns very close to that level of 70%. So is there some type of support somewhere around 70? Let's go to 70, go over. Oh, lo and behold, you have a couple candles closing right there, and you have some support at those wicks. So it actually might hit those wicks. Yeah, it might actually stay above those. It wicked down to here, obviously, but I don't know if it'll happen again. So the range to play, okay, is around this line, 5.68, to measure down from the top. Just take a guess. Just pick like 12. Somewhere around there. Okay, so around, actually, this is a perfect level because I typically like to do, I try to find a wick and a candle body and buy between there, like several buy orders instead of just one, or I mean several sell orders because you don't know how high it'll go. So yeah, this would be your territory of, you know, not financial advice, but entertainment selling. You know, selling for funsies, right? Not for financial gain. Right there. Okay, 13.5, 12.5. So yeah, 12.5 is 13.5 bucks. How many times do you think you can do that? Probably twice or 3 times. How long do you think it'll take? At least 45 days. That's it. So now that you know you shouldn't buy green candles, don't chase glory, don't listen to YouTubers, because that means it's already too late. If you've burned yourself, you still have opportunity. Take profits there, buy it back, take profits again. It might make a higher low that third time, and then maybe take some profits because it could break out after that point. But I will probably cover this again, and if it has not hit this 4-hour midterm ribbon line, then it's not done. It's probably going to hit it twice or 3 times. So honestly, we can probably give a trajectory of this line. And it should align with things like the weekly Stokes. It should align with the weekly RSI. So let's give a couple, we need a couple of things to agree with what I'm saying here, right? So let's do a trajectory. Okay. Once, twice, breakout. Late May at the very earliest. So just like I said, when B-Pro went on a 6,000% run, I literally in that video made a squiggly line. Not as, I didn't take as much time to do it as I just did there, but I literally went like this. Said it's going to go sideways for a month. There's a lot of money in this, folks. This looks like a pretty freaking big range, because if a coin only does 50% down and you catch that and buy it right back at the top, that's double your money, because 50% down is 100% up. If that makes you scratch your head, just watch my screen. From the top, actually from that candle right there, but yeah, let's do it from the top, just to make it easy. 50% down are those candle bodies right here, where my cursor is, okay? So at 7.98 cents. So go back to 7.98 cents. Go back up. 100%. Double your money. There's a crap ton of money in this. So let's say, got it once, sold. Got it twice, sold twice, sold 3 times. Hopefully, 2 cubed is 8, but 8 times your money. Let's see how big of a price range it needs to do to get a 700% run, which is 8 times your money. Right there. In this case, it only took 9 days. But this got way too hot. That's not typical. So this one's kind of making me lie, but I got way too hot too fast, okay? It's not going to keep doing this all year. I guarantee it. And honestly, this could move sideways for 200 days. If you don't believe me, watch. I bet it moves sideways for... I bet it moves sideways for 75 days. But it could be as long as 200. Watch. If you don't believe me, watch. Ethereum got too hot, too fast. Last bull run, just like ARRR got too hot, too fast. Look. Look down. 2017, May, September, okay? When it crossed this origin line, this one right, let me highlight. From the time it crossed this to the time it confidently and stayed above this was, let's not even count that candle as a wick. When it closed above to the time it fully confidently broke out, 196 to 203 days. Too hot, too fast equals a lot of side. And this one actually is sideways and up. So R could actually go sideways and up a little bit too. How big of a percentage run? 4,000. How big was ours from that point of that previous correction? Just more evidence that it's going to move sideways for a long time, folks. I'm trying to show you this so you don't screw yourself again. 5,000, even bigger. This could easily go sideways for 200 days, I'm telling you. I know it sounds impossible, but it's probably going to be at least 75 days. I would honestly guess 95 to 120 days of sideways movement from this candle here. So much longer than this. But there's a lot of money in it. You can double your bag a lot of times. So if you ended up getting burned, I just showed you methods. With that same coin, you can undo the burn, heal your burn, and potentially become a profit pimp as opposed to a buyer and prayer who got sucked in to YouTube hype and got screwed. You can make lemonade with the lemons, okay? Let me know in the description section if I saved your crypto soul. And if I did, you need to subscribe and tell me if you want to be a cryptilian or a crypto crackhead. You have to choose your crypto pronoun. It's gender neutral and potentially gender fluid. All right. Okay, which 5 coins am I picking? I just did Veracity and BPro. Everybody knows my thoughts on West. We've already looked at Tone. Silo. I'll do Silo, Cap, Car Vertical. Those are the ones I haven't been looking at, and a lot of people have been asking for them, and I'll, on the fly, think of a couple others. So, keep watching. Harmony and Pirate Chain, people who got burned, listen to YouTubers, watch. Same concept, but a smaller run. So 800% is 9 times your money. 900% is 10 times your money. So about 10 times your money. Pretty hot, though. That's pretty hot. Now, this one actually is also an exception to the rule, mostly because it has fantastic support at its all-time high. Well, pseudo all-time high. I count this as an all-time high. It's just straight down doesn't count, right? Like, that doesn't count. So essentially, it had major support. So this is one of the rarities. So Veracity did it for a different reason. Its vector of constant buy pressure from its community is just unprecedented strong. Pirate Chains obviously is not. It's just people trying to think they're going to become a millionaire with $1,000, although it's already at 2 billion cap, which obviously is mathematically impossible, unless you bought it in freaking December earlier. Math challenged people. Big cap coins will not make you rich, ever. Unless you can, like, know how to long it on, say, 20, 50x leverage. But if you do it, you're going to lose all your money. I guarantee it. You might double or triple or 10 times your money first, but then you're going to lose it all. All right, so don't try it. Seriously. Especially if you just chase candles, you're going to screw yourself real bad. Like, for all the screwage you just felt, for every point of leverage you use, it's 20x the girthiness of the dildo getting shoved up your bunghole of a red dildo. So, 1,000% run. How much did it correct? Or 900%. So, only 45. That's kind of impressive. So, I'm getting snapped at. That means I have to stop. Pretty soon you're going to see a chancla come at me and hit me in the face. Or do you have shoes on? Shoes are softer than chanclas. No, in America they're mostly foam, but Mexico, God, they have some freaking wood sole ones. Ouch. All right, but they're good for whooping kids. Try whooping a kid with this. Like, they'll laugh at you. Anyway, and for those who don't believe in whooping, I'm not condoning that. I'm just, it's a joke, okay? But it's a joke because it's true. Anyway, so this is among the exceptions. So, putting on the 4-hour ribbons, because it did not correct down to touch that gray line, which I'm not giving you the keys to that castle. So if you leave a comment saying, what is it? I'm not going to tell you. That's like for VIPs and up. It's going to go sideways, right? So remember those two options. Either it'll come, gotta get down and get up, or it'll move sideways. It's going to go sideways for a while. So when do you know when Silo's going to break out? After it touches this line at least once. That's it. How do you know when that's going to happen? Just freaking draw a line. There you go. A lot of money in this, folks. Shit. I hope it doesn't take till June. I don't think it'll take that long. It might take all of May. Let's see if it even... Yeah, it's playing that line perfectly. Yeah. Yeah, it will hit that line. Shit. Actually, this one hits it perfectly. Usually it's not that perfect. Yeah, Silo's not going to break out till late May. And it might be mid-June, actually. Usually it needs to hit it twice. Second week of June. or slightly before, if I can be a little biased, because I have a decent amount of silo. That's it. If you need to do this without ribbons, if you don't have the keys to the castle, a really good way to do this is just look at the 4-hour 200 EMA. Typically does something pretty similar. And honestly, it might play the 200 instead of that line. Nah. No, it'll go below this. It'll go below the 4-hour 200 EMA a couple times. But once you see this, so if you don't know how to set up your chart like mine, I have it in the description section. Just go look. Library section. Finish this video first. You're going to learn a lot, and then go to there. And you can watch them on 2x speed. So look. Yeah, it'll probably go under a little bit. But it's going to move sideways probably till the second week of June, okay, or first week. All right, there's silo. R vertical. Actually, let's do cap first. Isn't that crazy how it hit that gray line like exactly? So this one corrected in the first option. It went on a tear. It tanked badly. Hit the line. Probably going to be able to sell it there. Buy it back one more time, and then it might scream. So because this went down on a percentage basis so hard so fast, that actually is good for its recovery because it will pop faster. So relative, this 72% correction is actually monstrous compared to its run. This run doesn't look like it's more than 700%. Actually, it is. Ah, shit. Well, okay, maybe it'll go sideways until the first week of June as well. But it's already been going sideways for a while. Let's give 45 days. Let's see this. No, it's early May. Yeah, it's going to go sideways longer. This could pop in middle of May, actually. Yeah, 54 days. So this one might behave a little differently, or it might not, but it might form a lower range so it can hit this faster and then go like this, get rejected, and then, yeah, it's still the first week of June, so even in that case. That's car vertical. So honestly, I don't need to tell you these levels. You can freaking see it on my screen, right? There you go. Look at it on the right-hand side over here where my cursor is. Look. See that? It's probably going to hit that line a few times. Actually, it might hit a little higher. So somewhere around there. So 602. And then don't count that wick. I would personally, not financial advice, sell between that wick and that wick right in the middle of them. Or put several sell orders right around there. And that's at 60555. Okay? So you do. But I have a feeling this one might range out a little lower. But that's still a big range. Why do I have that feeling? I don't know. Yeah, exactly. That's double your money here. So it's not going to go up to here. So actually, I take that back. I would do it around this wick, between that wick and that wick, around there. Yep. 6/0 I take that back. And if it goes higher, who the hell cares? It's going to come back down, right? Don't worry about you selling and keep going up. It's going to come back down. But then you know for the next time you sell it higher, you can make more money. Should be actually pumped about it. Okay? That's cap. Car vertical. What line did it hit exactly? That's so crazy. It took me a long time to develop these ribbons with that slow moving one. It took me a long time to find that answer. It's almost like trying to find the solution to, the Bitcoin hashing algorithm. It took a lot of time. So this one's got a nice big range too. So, like I've been saying, so not just for Harmony One and people who got burned by Harmony One and Pirate Chain, all my viewers. What did I say the month of May will be? The month of ranges. And what's next? What's next? Is if you can get into like 10 of these, they're all going like this, you might be able to make 2 buys and sells per day. If you're in 15 coins, you could freaking kill it. If you're in enough of these ranges, you're going to freaking make, because you don't have to wait on it to go all the way back down, right? Once you get out, and like once this comes up, okay, You don't have to use that to buy the same coin back here. No, put it in a different coin that's already there, and then put in your limit sells, and guess what that's going to time with? When the other asset gets here, this one's going to be down here, and put it back, and just keep going back and forth. It's ping pong. We're going to make a lot of money in May. My gut is telling me it's going to be the month of ranges. So these levels, I don't think it'll come all the way. It might. No, it probably won't. I would say I would personally try to pick it up. I think it might be 7 zeros, 6 or 7 zeros, 3. And then try to find a couple wicks, maybe around there and there. So I would probably try it right there. Yeah, 500. And hopefully that's around double. Yeah, it might actually come up to here. It might hit that line. So around that wick. So that's not a huge range. But if you do it twice, 70% your money. So if you had $100, from the time you sold, so you sold the first time, you had $100 because you took profits. Doing that twice is almost 3x your money. Doing it 3 times is 5x your money. Okay? 4.9x your money. Lots of money. Lots of money. Dollar bills, y'all. But now I'm a big chick. The girls say I got the money. $100 bills, y'all. If you were from... That's Montel Jordan. Dollar bills, y'all. All right. What did I say? Not credits, capacity, car vertical. What did I say? Mine, car vertical, credits. A lot of C words. Or did I already do this? It looks identical. Same thing. But actually, you know what? It's not the same thing. I take that back. This one looks like it's having a weekly cross. So this is a totally different. This looks like a cross. It had a failed breakout and it got rejected and came back down to the weekly 10 and 21. I almost guarantee it. Let me switch. This one's different. So this one doesn't have to correct as much because it hasn't gone on a screamer. It tried to go on a screamer and got rejected. This is going to pop a lot faster. Oh, yeah. Yep, see? Yeah, so this is one's different. It didn't go on a screamer. It had a failed breakout, retraced, because Bitcoin tanked. This one's going to fly. Now, it won't... Yeah, it won't start flying for 2 or 3 weeks, but you might have to move all of this over 1 or 2 weeks, and it would probably be 2 weeks over if Ethereum does take a poop down to 2,000. If it doesn't, it might be this structure or moved over 1 week. Or whatever way for you. Longer 1 week. So this might be 1 week too aggressive, but it's going to move pretty fast. So this would be essentially my what's next type of coin, essentially, because it's going to have to close a candle or 2. Yeah, close 1. So I take that back. I need to move this over 1 and put a smaller green candle here first. But once it has a green candle, like next week, the 3 or 4 weeks after that, it's going to have all green candles like I was saying with BPro. So this and BPro are in similar posture, but in extremely different levels of their Bitcoin graph, right? It's at the bottom, and BPro already did a blue sky breakout on both the BTC and the US dollar pair. What else do we want to cover? Haven't done AXPR for a while. This one's ready to go now. So this is a now coin. And Trias too. This is a now coin. So if you wanted to buy a lot of like Harmony 1, you won't wait for it to go all the way down. You put it in a now coin, put in limit sells, and they sell, go check back on Harmony 1, and by that time it'll be a little lower, pick it up. This one looks like it's ready. I do hold that coin, by the way, but I'm not even... Actually, is that in my Shrimpy? It is. So I do hold this, and I will actively trade a little bit. It's not like $50,000 I'll be playing with. And when you limit sell, you actually, by definition, cannot, it is impossible to tank the price. So I don't market sell. Market sell is how you move price down. Limit sells actually allow price to go higher. Yeah, this one's ready to go. There's no analysis, just up. It just depends on how far up. I mean, it might, versus Bitcoin, I don't know. I would guess between 120 and 330% up. It's going to go on a nice run. Right there. Yeah, and actually it might go up to there and then come back down and rest on that line. Something like this. That's a big week. Well, actually, you know what? I think it will go straight up to there. I take that back. But there's no resistance. Unless I'm missing something. I think it will hit that. 50-50. It might get stuck in the halfway, right at that wick in these candle bodies. But I bet it blows. So, but it'll come, probably, it'll get rejected, but it'll stay green, close there. Next week, I need to zoom in a little bit. Let's make a path. Okay, this is my last one, or else a chancla is going to come flying and hit me in the face. Come back down here, get rejected, but stay green. There you go. All right, I have to be done, or else I'm going to probably go to the hospital a little later to the emergency room. So you all just got timified, and you got, and the timification ended before I just got wifeified, or what? Come up with a good name. Leave me a comment. What is that? What is it called when you have a Latina wife throw a shoe at your face? See you later.